All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have a little taste of Bones for Life today and a little Tai Chi after a little qigong and opportunity to use these creative ideas to see what begins to happen for ourselves. So I invite you to come to stand. You could always stand behind a chair. You could put a chair right in front of you if you wish. Always nice to be able to put a hand on it every now and then. So real simple idea from Bones for Life. We call it our bread and butter. So as you stand, you just take a moment just to notice what's your standing feel like today? Does it feel easy? Not so easy? As you look out on the horizon's about, I don't know, maybe somewhere between your lip and your nose, right? Out into the distance, that height. Does it feel like you could stand here a long time, or does it feel like, oh my goodness, I need to sit down? And you, of course, could sit down. And which foot do you stand on more readily? Might be really easy to notice. You might need to sway a little bit of weight onto one foot, onto the other foot. And does it feel like you already have a lot of weight parked on one foot? We like to think that we stand equally, but we don't. If we stood equally, we wouldn't be able to take a step, right? In order to be able to take a step, you have a foot that's ready to step and a foot that's ready to carry the load of your whole self on that foot that remains behind. So a foot that's ready to step and a foot that remains behind. So which foot do you stand on? It might be really easy to, if you just take a step forward, you'll probably leave behind the foot that you stand on, right? So you have a sense of how you are. Let's see if things begin to shift. So all I'm going to invite you to do is looking out into the distance, begin to lift your heels just barely from the ground, as if there's a piece of paper under your heels. Somebody you love needed that piece of paper. You lift your heels just enough that you can clear that piece of paper, and somebody can take that piece of paper out and tap your heels down. Lift and tap, lift and tap, lift and tap. And then can you do it to a two count, like a heartbeat, a pum pum, pum pum. Do that with your heels, pum pum, or tap tap, pum pum, pum pum. You can even say it with me if you wish. Pum pum, 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 pum pum. Pum pum, one more, pum pum. Let it go. Let's give our neck some love. So slide one hand over your body and around your neck and just touch the back of your neck. Some a place that it's difficult to have a sense of. And you touching it and then eventually sliding your hand back down. You might have some like lingering sensation of like, oh yeah, there's the back of my neck. What if you brought both hands up, one hand on top of the other on top of your breastbone, somewhere in the middle of your breastbone, right? So somewhere between the notch of your neck and the lower notch of your breastbone. And could you have this idea that as you softly exhale, you scoop your breastbone in and up and then let it go? It's almost like you're sliding the skin over your breastbone and it starts to carry your breastbone up. So you exhale slowly and steadily and scoop your breastbone in and up. And does that change your neck? To take some pressure off your neck and let it go. And almost like you're going to sneak up on the idea of sliding this breastbone in and up and let it go. And this last time, slide your breast. So take a nice breath in, and then as you slowly exhale, slide your breastbone in and up. Keep that, and then bounce on your heels. Pum pum, 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 pum pum. One more, pum pum. Let it go. Does your neck feel any lighter? Well, maybe your neck got some love, but did it steal some goodness from your lower back? So let's give some goodness to your lower back. Let's do it through the front of oneself. So find your navel with your thumbs. Let your fingers point down toward the floor. Your thumbs can leave your navel then. Could you use your hand, your fingers, and even your thumbs to gather some skin at your belly and draw the skin up and then let it go? Might help too to soften your knees, a little micro bend in your knees. Gather skin at your belly and draw the skin up. And does that start to change your low back? And you sense that your low back begins to find some length, find some more neutral way of being. And the next time you soften your knees, and as you exhale, you gather skin at your belly and draw the skin up. Keep that. Look into the distance. Let's bounce on our heels. Pum pum, 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 pum pum. One more. Pum pum. Let it go. Does your low back feel freer? It's easier to stand here. But did your low back steal some goodness from your neck? So we want to begin to put it all together, right? Put it all together. So bring one hand to your breastbone, one hand to your navel. Thumb can find your navel to make sure you're near the center of yourself. And when you have this idea, your thumb can leave your navel then too. When you have this idea that you're going to scoop your breastbone in and up at the same instant that you gather skin at your belly, right? So the same, both things happening at the same time. You always want to start with softened knees, a little micro bend in your knees. And as you exhale, you scoop your breastbone in and up as you gather skin at your belly. You might feel like the weight shifts through your feet. And then let it go. Do it again, explore it again. And let it go. And maybe one more time, and then keep that. Look into the distance, bounce on your heels. Bum bum, 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 bum bum. One more, bum bum. Let it go. Let your hands just rest. Feel a breath through yourself. And you stand on your feet differently now. Do you have all the weight on the same foot as before, or is the weight more spread out evenly between your feet? Even though probably still you're going to take a step forward, you probably still step forward with that same foot, more than likely. You could have switched which foot wants to step forward. And then go for a little walk, the real test. With these bouncing on heels opportunities, begin to create some ease through your walking. Especially if you can find a place where you can take a few more steps in a row. More steps in a row. Because then your natural gait starts to come forward, but it might be, you might have an upgraded gait now. Maybe some things easier. And then you're ready, have a seat for a second, just give your feet a little rest, and I'll just say a little bit more about Bones for Life. So Bones for Life is a little offshoot of Feldenkrais that we explore. We explore mostly Feldenkrais in this creative movement membership. But Bones for Life is this beautiful program of 90 processes that Ruthie Alon created when she was in her 60s, when she discovered she had osteoporosis. She discovered she had a little bit more of a hunch in her upper back, and she was super flexible, but she found that she wasn't as strong as she wanted to be. And she wanted to find a way to be able to stand on the planet in all her uprightness with ease. So she created Bones for Life. So in this membership, we have opportunities to explore little bits of Bones for Life. And in just a moment something just a little different, something we haven't done before, a little qigong, just a little taste of that. So you can explore this from a chair if you wish, or from standing. And the name of the game is to make it as simple and as easy as possible. And you take rests when you want to. And if you have that chair in front of you, you might push it slightly further in front of you so that you have some room. I'm going to actually take mine completely out of the way. And you sit when you need to, right? You always take care of yourself. Always take care of yourself. So this is a little qigong set, as far as I know, devised, created by my teacher, Vince Lasorzo. I've seen it in other places on the internet, so he might have borrowed as well. And calls it the movements of peace. Movements of peace. So as you have your feet just about shoulder width, you soften your knees just to start. And you can bring your palms together and just create a little heat between your palms, a little warmth. And then let your hands just be around in front of your heart, but you can bring your hands closer together, further apart, and just feel as there's some interesting, I don't know, heat or magnetism between your hands. Curious, like, whoo, feels good to be this close or not as good. So you find a place where it's easy for your hands to be. And then you can put in between your hands something that you want, I don't know, to change in your life or in the life of the world. Something you want, something you desire deeply in your life. Could be big, could be small. And then with a little bend of your knees, begin to inhale and then exhale. You're going to like offer this out as you stand tall. And then inhale, hands come back together. You soften your knees again. It's like you're sitting on a little like kitchen stool or bar stool behind you. And then exhale your hands to the sides as you stand tall. Inhale, hands come back. Exhale, your hands are overhead. You look between your hands. Your hands can go as high as is easy. The height is not important. Inhale, your hands back. Exhale, your hands down. And then a little fold forward at your hips, right? Fold at your hips. Hands press back. And then inhale, you stand tall again, and then you sit back on the stool, and your hands are in front of your heart, and then we just repeat that, right? So exhale your hands forward, inhale your hands back, exhale to the sides, inhale back, exhale overhead, inhale back, exhale back behind you, inhale back, and then eventually at your own pace, right? Exhale forward. You could follow with me if you wish, or maybe you need to go slower or slightly faster. Exhale to the sides. Inhale back. Exhale overhead. Inhale back. Exhale back behind you. Inhale back. And continuing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 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 And as you continue, just begin to see, is there some way that you can begin to allow your hands to move kind of passively based on your feet? Can you begin to feel your feet moving your hands, like your feet, these deep roots in the planet, Begin to extend your hands in all these directions. Can you feel your hands getting softer through the process? Can you feel the muscles of your eyes softening? The muscles of your mouth and jaw softening. Come back to your feet. Feel your feet organizing everything. And start to picture, if you haven't already, what it is that you want, what it is that you desire in life. Can you, as you explore these movements, see yourself celebrating that, whatever it is, accomplishment, discovery, feeling through yourself the joy that would come about you having this in your life, this experience, whatever that experience is. Can you hear the sounds of you enjoying or other people around you enjoying this experience? And then let's all meet up. Your hands back at your heart. Explore just a couple of these together. Super slowly as you envision what it is that you want. Envision the desire of your life. It's a nice breath in. Exhale forward so slowly. Inhale back. Exhale to the side. Inhale back. Exhale overhead. Inhale back. Exhale down and behind. Inhale back. And even more slowly on this last round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Just rest with your palms near each other again. Notice what you feel between your palms. It could be anything, right? You could feel the sweat, little sheen of sweat on your palms, on your fingers. You could feel the breeze. You could feel something else, maybe. Maybe even your heartbeat through your fingers, the life force through you. And then let your little fingers find each other, ring fingers, middle fingers, first fingers, thumb. Let your thumbs find your breastbone and just lightly brush your thumbs down your midline. Once you get to about navel, your fingers start separating. And then you can even trace along your belt line and then slowly let your hands just rest. Arrange your feet how you wish. Notice the feeling through yourself now. What's changed? Go for a little walk. Wish. You might just walk slowly, simply, curiously, or maybe you want to walk more quickly. You feel a little spring in your step now. So you walk how you want to walk. Only you know. Only you know. Walk yourself into an amazing life.